Folks, I'm Tony.
And I'm Tina.
And we're TNT RVing. So we finally made it with Ellie to our first full hookup campground.
Right. As you know, we picked her up a couple weeks ago from Wana RV. We took her home and we had to prep her pretty quick because we have a big trip that we're taking on our way up to middle of Wisconsin. So we had to do some quick preparation, some quick modifications. So we weren't able to do individual videos, but we were anxious to show you around to all of the modifications that we have made so far. And I'm sure there's going to be more down the road.
Probably.
But we had a couple Harvest Host stops on our way here, but we're now at a full hookup so we can show you around.
And the funny thing is, they always say, you know, get a new RV, you want to do a shakedown close to home. Well, not us.
No.
We took her on a
pretty long trip, and we had a couple little tweaks that we had to make along the way, but everything's all good now.
So, anyway, let's show you around.
Yeah, so come on, let's go.
All right, let's get this exterior tour started. And first off, let's take a look at the front here. As you know, we don't have the Hensley, or may not know, we don't have the Hensley any longer. And the reason for that is if you take a look here on the side, one of the big things I really like about Ellie is she has what's called Dexter Tow Assist. This is an anti-lock braking system that's going to keep the trailer right behind us no matter the condition, ice, snow, wet roads.
I hope we're not driving in ice and snow.
This RV is so large and comfortable now with that interior fireplace Tina had to have that we could probably go into late fall camping. What do you think, Tina?
Well, late fall, yes, not snow and winter.
Okay, we won't do that. So, one of the things I did, and the hitch that we chose, that we actually are working with our friends here at Weighsafe, they have this hitch that we received. We're doing some testing with it, of course, and actually so far absolutely love it. This is the Weighsafe middleweight hitch. I really like it. This has a built-in scale, so you put this on the truck, you get an actual tongue weight, and then you can get a distributed tongue weight depending on your load. It tells you everything in the app. Super simple to install. It's something I really like.
And what he's got in his hand here is just the cover that we put on it when we're set up at camp.
Yeah,
just to keep it protected
and just out of sight, out of mind kind of a thing. So that is what we are using currently. And one of the things I made, and this is modification number 2 of this little handle, and what I like about this is now I'm just going to be able to grab it like so and then simply pull this off of the little stowaway area here with the receiver that I mounted with the U-bolts and easily put that on the truck. So back on this, Tina, this I purchased from Harbor Freight, and this is just a bumper receiver. This is 2-inch. So when I ordered the Weighsafe, I actually asked for the 2-inch, not the 2.5-inch, because I knew I wanted to stow it on this bracket. These U-bolts I ended up getting from, let's see, that was O'Reilly Auto Parts. I went to several different ones. They did not have the correct U-bolts. O'Reilly Auto Parts did. So if you go over to Harbor Freight, pick yourself up the bumper mount, and you could get the U-bolts as well. And the other thing I did, let me show you real quick the backside here. If you notice that little orange piece, that's actually an aluminum bar. I had some silicone tape that I wrapped around it, stuck it there, and that's a nice spacer for those U-bolts because that frame's not that thick. So that's our Weighsafe hitch kind of mod that we did, and really like that. The other thing I did, and this is simple, but you really may want to consider doing the same. We have the BAL 5.3 auto leveling system, and it has this nice cover on it. But heck, if you get in these hard rains and these storms that we get into, you want to keep this dry. So make sure you're covering up your front jack here. So that's what I like to do. Let's go along on the inside here. One of the things we did when we ordered Ellie, I had to have our Mastervolt lithium power package.
Which you probably saw that in our first video, but here it is.
Our friends at ABC Upfitters, they went ahead and they boxed this in for us. And normally, if you're looking at this and you ordered this from the factory, there would be a wall here with access holes so you could shut off the battery, disconnect switches and stuff. And we figured, no, let's just leave it open and then have ABC trim this out, make it look really nice. This way, when we're traveling on the road, we could share with people what it looks like. But what I wanted to show you inside here is the anti-fatigue mat that I put in. So I, as you see, cut this all out. I really like this stuff. I ended up getting this from Harbor Freight as well. So this project took a little time, and I think those mats are well worth installing in the front compartment. Stuff will stay put, which I really like. And I also did it in the back as well.
Yeah, it won't scratch the floor.
Great. So that's one of the things I did and I really like as well.
Stuff in there won't scratch the floor with that. That's kind of more what I meant to say.
Okay. Tina.
Tony.
All right, the other mod we had to do is our RV lock. So we really love the RV lock. There's still gonna need to be a little adjustment to these. I actually have to get a sticker. They make a decal that is a little slightly larger than the lock mechanism itself because of the way the cutout is of the door lock. You may run into this if you're replacing yours, but it's an easy fix. By putting this decal there, you could seal it up and put that on there, and then it makes it look a little better. But we have to do that on the front. Right now, if you notice, it'll be a little crooked, and that's because I slid it up and kind of tightened it up so we wouldn't have any leaks or anything. Oh, look at that. There's our Rockwood roof. So continuing on a little bit
That was
further,
like you planned that.
Yeah.
It's like, cue the deer.
A little further back.
Okay. Here's our RV lock on the front door.
Or is that the back door?
I consider it the front door because that's the door we use, but you're right, it's the back door.
All right, continuing along the back, what I did, I added a Halo View rear camera. And for safety, we really like that. And the other thing we did, and we can't really show you now because I don't have the truck hooked up to it, but these rear lights. These lights go on the rails all the way up, and they really light up red, and with your turn signals, brake lights, everything. I really recommend those, especially if you're carrying something on the back here and you are blocking your lights a little bit. Those really would come in handy. So then on the ladder here, we like Starlink so we could get this video up to you. So I mounted this bracket here. It's a holder. It's made by Easy RV Products. And I ended up getting this, this was several years ago when we first got Starlink through Harbor Freight. And then I think it was Etsy, I ended up picking up the adapter for the Harbor Freight flagpole to adapt to the Starlink Gen 2. So that's our setup with that. And then you're probably wondering, well, how do you get your cable of your Starlink into the RV? Well, what we do is we actually just run it through the slide. So I'll bring the slide in a little bit. Tina will bring the slide in a little bit. I'll give her the cable, and then I hold this up. She brings the slide back out, and we're good to go. We've been doing this for past 3 years or so with Starlink. Have not had an issue.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. But in the event we do have a problem, back here in the storage here, on top here, or right over here somewhere, I have a extra cable. So if you're gonna do that, maybe just do the same thing. And inside here, of course, we got a bunch of stuff. And then I also put that anti-fatigue mat in here as well, and along the back too.
So what do we keep in here, Tony?
All right, this, what I consider my junk drawer. Here's a piece of that anti-fatigue mat. If I have to kneel on the ground or what have you, I use that. Whoops. But I have some spares and some parts and different things in here. I've got a 30 amp cable. Actually, this is kind of interesting. One of the neat things we did, when we at home, our refrigerator, we had to get it replaced. And I saved the plastic bins, the drawers. Look at this. This is from our refrigerator, and it holds here's our brand new Starlink cable there. And then it holds some other cables and stuff, and everything is just nice, neat, and orderly, and it fits perfectly right in here, and it just slides right back in the back there.
Okay, Tony, so what's in this side?
So this side here, we have a charger. This is for our drill if we need. And then, as you can see over here, I have a couple of gas stops. And gas stop, we gotta have this. What I'm waiting for is their stainless steel. I need a 12-inch braided line. And what I like about it is it's got a 90-degree valve end, so I can easily put this on and get the cover on and off. And they're currently out of stock, so I'm gonna wait till those are available here. I think they said later this month. We'll get those and I'll install our gas stop, which I actually absolutely love. And then we have some cooking stuff here.
Outdoor cooking stuff.
And then here we're gonna save that for later too. But I have my electric wok back here. So when we're doing some stir frying stuff, I do it generally outside because I get hot oil and stuff and get some cooking going. So I like to do that outside. So that
it fits back there,
it's
just
perfect, absolutely perfect. And then I put this stuff right over here, and then we'll put that back.
Now, once we have the bikes on the back and the hitch, it'll be interesting seeing how easy it'll be to.
This will be accessible because that bar reaches out to about here.
You just gotta take the bikes off.
Take it off, walk along the front of it.
Okay.
And then I'll be able to just pull this out as needed.
Okay. Cool.
So that's that. Let's continue along. I'm going to show you a couple other things I did right underneath here. Let's go ahead and show you. And what I did is I added another easy hose carrier. I think that was a Camco product. And my tip to you is what I ended up doing. You have to make sure that the underbelly here is nice and tight up against the frame so that that tube is not going to be bending. So that's my tip when you're installing that. So what I ended up doing, I filled up the fresh water tank, made sure if there was any sag or anything, and I placed it a little further up front, and we're in good shape. So, and that hose carrier there is holding our black tank flush hose. So that's all we use it for, is when we need to flush our black tank. Oh, you know what? Let's show them our bumper, what I have in there.
Okay.
So in our bumper, and I did this with Belle, these are the same hoses. Sometimes we're at a campground or something and we just need a short little piece of hose to do the black tank flush. I have 2 lengths of hose and I leave this in the bumper. It's already got the 90 on there, and I can quickly flush the black tank. So that's what we'll use that for. Stick that there. And that fits nicely there. All right, so one of the things we want to show you is what we did inside here, what we have.
We call this a broom closet.
This essentially has, if we need to wash the RV or do stuff, we've got everything in there to do that. We've got a broom, Swiffer, yardstick. So this is our outdoor broom closet. And Asian
biting beetles.
Bug again.
They are not ladybugs, because they bite.
All right. Then coming down here, and Tina, I'll take the camera so I can show them what we've got. I ended up, first off, the factory cover, I got rid of that. Took that off. It was very difficult to get on and off, so I removed it. I like this. It has this piece that you could grab onto, and it also has a hose adapter end, so if we need to drain by using a hose, you know, gray tank somewhere, we could do that as well. Low point drains, I ended up getting these at Home Depot, and I'll put a maybe photo of the bag of that. I really like having low point drains where you could just simply open it up and drain them, which is really good. And then over here, this bracket I made, I ended up taking an old adapter, sewer adapter. I cut the end off of it. I then cut flanges and then simply riveted it in place on this aluminum bracket that thick aluminum bracket that I went ahead and bent and attached it to the frame. And then in here, these are 2 more sewer hose carriers, and that's where I put our sewer hoses, in those 2, because Ellie has the discharge in the center here. I wasn't feeling comfortable with having just one 20-foot length, so now we have 40-foot length of sewer hose that we travel with. All right, so that wraps up the exterior mods that I did. Tina, you want to show them what the interior looks like?
Sure.
All right. Alrighty, so here's another look at the exterior of Ellie, and she is a 2026 Rockwood Ultra Lite 2618 RD. And let's go see what Tina's up to.
Okay guys, come on inside, but before you do, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Come on in and check out Ellie. We didn't really do that many modifications inside, but I can show you how we have everything set up, which is kind of crazy down in here right now. But where should we start? In the dinette?
Sure.
Okay, so this is main reason why we got Ellie. It's because we love this unit, the 2618, because of the rear dinette, because of all these windows, which now we have the blinds pulled because it is full sun right there and it is putting off a lot of heat. But that's what's nice about these blinds, is it really does block that heat. But we love the dinette, absolutely adored the dinette. So above here, this is where I'm keeping my paper towels. I've got up here, I've got my saran wrap and my baggies and Ziploc bags and paper bags, extra cups. And these are some of the rope baskets that I put the glassware in when we're traveling, but it fits up here perfectly. So we got that over there, and then on this side, and the nice thing is you can push this in, which makes it a little bit easier to get in here. I've got long arms, so this is not a problem. But we've got like all of our plasticware, and we've got extra tap lights and command strips up in that bin. And then up here, we've got hats, a first aid kit, and our Scrabble board. So games and that. So that holds so much storage. I'm very pleased. I was afraid it wouldn't hold as much as I wanted it to, but it holds even more, which is great. But as you walk in the door, we have this big, long, deep drawer, and this is the shoe drawer. This is where we're keeping all our shoes. So there's shoes and more shoes. So we have Starlink plugged into the Blue Eddy now, just because the Blue Eddy's plugged in and we're charging it up, getting it ready, because our next couple nights we're going to be moondocking. And we do use the Blue Eddy to run the Starlink just because it's the 2nd generation and it is a power hog, and we need to run the air conditioning because it's still hot out. Even though it's October, it is still very warm during the day, and I want that AC running. We can move over here. I got my Tina fireplace that I love. Well, look what I found for this drawer up here. I'm so excited about this. I actually found a organizer that is 1 inch deep. So that fits great. And then back here, I could have got another one, but these I just decided just to stick back there. And of course we put on that grippy stuff just so things don't slide around. But I really like that. Put that in the Amazon store because that's a really cool find. It's hard to find something that shallow. Okay, so in this big cabinet here, I've got my pots and pans and some bowls. And back there, behind there, is our mini Instapot. That fits in there as well. And in this shallower cubby down here in this cabinet, I've got a couple bottles of wine in a wine bag there. So as we're moving over here, we got TV, microwave, of course. We do keep some of this stuff under the bed, but as we use it, and we might use it, we put it back in the stove. So I've got a little frying pan in here and a skillet. So that when we travel, we'll go back under the bed. But right now. So in here, more random stuff. We've got some cups and our little blender, some coffee, espresso. So in here, this one we have our paper plates, paper bowls, and some more cups and our measuring cup. But as you can see, I have utilized all this counter space. We've got our Berkey, we've got our Keurig, I've got my Lohr espresso maker, we've got the coffee pods here. Here, these were the espresso pods up here. So this looks like crazy town, and I think it is. But oh, we got our ice maker and our toaster over here. But we still have plenty of prep space, which is really awesome. I don't really need this. I just wanted to see if it would work, and it does. So I think it's going to stay. So I like that. And I did not think I would use this extension, but I have. I use this quite a bit, and it is so easily accessible. You can easily snap it into place, and then when you're done, you just snap it back up. So, which I like a lot. Then over here in the pantry, of course, we just have pantry stuff. We've got canned goods and bread, and those are our shake mixes and our peanut butter. And then down here, we've got all our snacks, because we like snacks. And then some cleaning supplies down there, as well as the drying racks. Oh, yes, this is where we've now put the trash can, which actually, it is not in the way, which I would love to hear from you guys where you do, if you have a 2618, where do you put your trash? This actually is working out well for us, but I'd like to hear from people, where do you put your trash can? So yeah, this is like totally fine. So, did I miss anything? Oh, the drawers. So we've got our silverware in here, and this is one that came from Rockwood, and I just lifted out, and then under there I've got some apron and some UGG gloves, some koozies, and then down here is where we have all of our utensils that I just bought.
Oh yeah. So Tina said we had to get rid of all of our utensils so we can get all new matchy stuff, you know, because, and that's
just because. So I was at Target yesterday shopping.
Oh, and that was some of the little bit of hiccups that we had on the road. We
forgot everything. We forgot spatula. We tried to make pancakes yesterday. I had to make them with, like, what did I use?
We didn't have any Pam or anything.
Have anything. So I had to run to Target. So while I was at Target, I decided I needed all new utensils. So yeah, that was fine. Lunches. We forgot
a lot of stuff, and that's the key of camping. Actually, camping. Even though we stayed in Ellie for 2 evenings prior to this trip, everything functioned fine. We still forgot basic stuff, and that's why it's important to go ahead and stay nearby, and then you could write, "Oh yeah, we need this. We need this next time." Yeah. But you know what? There's stores everywhere. You could just buy it.
But actually, it worked out well because I didn't have a rug. And I went to about 6 different stores at home, never got a rug. So I finally went to the Target here where we are, and they had the perfect rug. Because I'm going with these blues, if you haven't figured that one out yet.
So what do you think of the blues? Interesting.
Well, here, this is our bedding. Well, part of our bedding, which I don't know why it's out here. See the blue? This is the blue I'm trying to match.
Right.
Or blend.
Right.
So, you get it.
I get it.
People get it. So, and you can see our bedding through the bathroom doors if we left them open, and it does flow nicely with the colors. So, we're gonna work our way back here into the. Oh, I didn't show them the best part. Well, we did show them this in our first video. Hey, Power Pro, turn on zone 3.
Light zone 3 is on.
So I don't have to go turn the switch on.
Well,
how lazy can you get?
Honestly, what's neat about that is this room, when you're walking in at night, there's no light switch. Mm-hmm. So you could just yell to it to turn on the zone 1.
Yeah,
the other thing is, say we are traveling, which we were doing, the slide's in, we don't want to go to the back door to turn the water pump on, guess what? We just open this door up, yell for it to turn the water pump on, boom, we're in business.
Yeah.
So this thing is, it's
slick,
actually really neat.
Yeah, it has really been very convenient. So one of the other things that modifications actually that we did get is here in the shower.
Here, let me
we
turn.
have, I'm going to physically get in the shower. Well, first of all, we want to thank Dan and Linda for giving us this tip. Even though we have the glass doors, we added a shower curtain, which you cannot see, but we have a shower curtain. So now I don't have to clean these doors all the time, and this is very handy. So thank you, Dan and Linda. This was a great idea.
It was a wonderful idea.
And then we got this on Amazon. Look at how much light that puts in here. So this is a solar flex pillow. Is that what it's
right,
called?
I'll have a link in our Amazon store. That'll be in the interior category.
Yep. So look at how much that helps blocking
really
that sun and keeping the RV cool during the day. This is great. This equally is great.
Yes, thank you, Dan and Linda.
So as we're working our way back here, Tony, I'm going to have you.
What are we doing?
I'm going to show them what I keep in here. So.
Oh, there's another blue towel.
It's my blue towel. So here's another blue towel. So we have our towels up here, hair dryer, curling iron, then I've got like more cosmetic-y stuff here. As far as a whole first aid basket with hydrogen peroxide and band-aids and all kinds of stuff.
I think we need a complete inventory.
Yeah, okay. And then our like more cosmetic bags and shaving kit, and there you go. So that's what I
The
keep
pink
in
bag's
here.
not shaving kit. It's a different color.
Oh, this is mine.
Your shaving kit?
This is yours.
Yes.
With the yellow flowers. No. So anyways, we've got those bags there. And under here, this basically empty space that has just some more of those rope baskets. This is where the Berkey and both coffee makers fit in there for travel beautifully. So then down here we have more cleaning supplies, as well as our this is what we put in our black tank. It's our toilet treatment from Liquefied. Love the lavender scent. And we also have the gray tank from Liquefied, the tank treatment for that as well. So that works as well. So there you go. Thank you, Liquefied. So under here is where we've got our toilet paper, obviously a trash bag. And we took the false panel out so we could fit the trash can in there. And then we put up a curtain just to hide all of the components.
And to easily check to see if there's ever any issues.
Yeah. We're going to work our way back here. This is the other thing we didn't realize that we needed. We needed a vacuum cleaner. Thank you, Target, for having them way on sale. So I got a new Shark. Didn't have one before, and I like it. In here, we've got clothes. Not exciting. Hanging clothes. And then more clothes up here. Now, what's nice about this, as opposed to the 2205, these go all the way across. We have like massive space up here for t-shirts and shorts. An empty space. I don't know where that, how do we
My
have empty
jeans were
space?
in there.
How do we have empty space and I didn't fill it? So, also we have, so Tony has a cubby here with a basket of stuff. And then what we do at night, and I should have showed this in the other room. Hey, Power Pro, turn off zone 3. Another thing that's nice. See, the door is shut and it still heard me. So this is what we do at night, just especially if we're boondocking, not to waste battery power. These are the lights we use. These are like little string lights. So isn't that nice? That puts off so much light that you can easily get ready and just have enough light to watch TV and that kind of thing.
And you could charge them by solar or plug them into a USB.
Yep. And it is the other string light, we'll show you in the other room, it actually fits that large slide. So we do the same thing in there. And we like that. And that's
hence why we only drain minimal power out of our master volt system, because we're really power frugal.
We use that all the time. We also have these tap lights if you want more light. So those are cool at night. So that's, I got a little drawer over there. Same thing. I have my medication and that type of thing in there. So we do have stuff under the bed. I don't even know
Nothing
what's
too
under
exciting.
there. More food, I think.
Yeah.
I think
Pantry
food,
stuff.
Pantry stuff. I don't know. Yep, seafood. So, and then there's some under here. We got
Oh, Tina.
unders and socks.
Right. The other thing we should show them is your little protection thing I made for your toes.
Yeah. So over here, so when the stairs are up, they're obviously here, so they have to be down. Well, when they're down, there's this little thing here. Here, I'll show you what it looks like. That middle of the night is I'm gonna be injured, guaranteed, 100%, because I'm
Guaranteed.
klutz.
Why don't we show them
So Tony glued. It's got my hair in it, but
some of that it's some pieces of scrap of the anti-fatigue. It's not very pretty because I was in a hurry.
Yep.
But I ended up making that, and
then it
she
fits
just
over
simply,
that.
and I
real
might
tight.
refine that a little better. But
Now,
now,
if I hit that, it's spongy, and we're good. Because I am a klutz, I will trip over that, guaranteed, 100%. Hey, Power Pro, turn off zone 1.
Light zone 1 is off.
Okay, here are the lights in here. Oops. So there they are, bright. But look, it goes the whole length. And I'm telling you, this puts out plenty of light. I could close this off, but I don't need to. But
it does a nice job.
it does a really nice job. Puts out just enough light so we're not having all the lights on. Now these lights are dimmable and we can dim them, but we want to conserve battery as much as possible, so we just use these.
Even though we have two 460 amp hour batteries.
Hey, Power Pro, turn on zone 1.
Light zone 1 is on.
Alrighty, folks. Well, there you have it. That's
Ellie.
That's Ellie. That's our modifications before our big trip that we took, our first big trip.
Which we're on now.
And I hope you found this video helpful, useful, entertaining possibly. And if you did, I appreciate it if you'd subscribe to TNT RV.
Yeah, give us a big thumbs up, a like, and we will see you at the campground with Ellie.
Or maybe at a Harvest Host.
TNT RV.